Just you. Do it. I
Do
don't
it.
care.
Do it. I dare you.
Yeah.
I dare you.
dare
I
you.
dare you.
I dare you.
Laddie.
Dare you, so I do.
You behind the grey shed.
Hey, Allie. Say river.
You wee granny suki ass.
Say river.
Okay,
River.
I think I got it.
River.
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 You guys.
Cry me a river.
Okay.
We should do a whole stream just me trying to talk like you.
River.
You guys.
Cry
Okay.
Say
Oh,
mashed
geez,
potatoes.
All right.
One person sound like
I
me.
got it, yo. I got it, everybody. We're good. We're good. We're good. Okay.
Doesn't want to
Excellent.
If you guys want to, I just checked my studio, and it sounded like you guys were live. So I believe that we're good to go. And I've got nobody's in the chat right now from YouTube. But we're all okay. All right. I believe
Right on.
I believe we're good. I believe we're good. So
Can you save those settings? Yeah.
Allie, you're
yeah,
excellent.
yeah. It's just been I was mute. I had my desktop muted, so that's why I couldn't hear anything before. And all right, Alexander Lightwater says hello back on. Good, good, good. Excellent, excellent. All right, so we are live with all of the hiccups and foibles. Welcome back to another exciting adventure of the Plain Truth. I'm your host Travis Finley. It's AEtherband time o'clock somewhere. So here we is. We've got Smurfer Girl in the house. Hey Danielle.
Hey.
Hey. We've got our Scottish drunk. And
Evening.
Yeah.
The fucking guy off bizarre.
And we've got the real Bob Dole.
Hello.
John Bernard.
Yeah.
Excellent. I've got all you guys good. Okay, guys. So I was out shooting the Chesapeake this evening, and saw that Brandon was not going to have a show. So I thought, might as well try it. So we got all the hiccups worked out, and if I ever have to go live this week again, I think it'll be good to go. So
It's one thing. There's feedback for everybody.
Yeah, I hear echo for everybody but Travis.
Yes.
I wonder why that
would
would
that-
be.
Well, I don't get any echo at all.
Really?
It's echo for everyone.
No, I'm not part
Don't
of the
say
crew,
no.
man.
I know what's echo.
Okay. Then it's your
Yeah.
problem. It's your fault, Allie. You doing it, you Scottish drunk.
Well,
Do you have-
you're the one with the echoes, not me.
But when it's everybody but you, then it might actually be you.
Don't be gaslight me. You're sounding like ballers now. I'm out of here. Right. It was very nice to visit. I will just be leaving now.
Oh
Let me get my
no!
jacket.
Don't go.
Oh,
Oh,
please.
that sounded so okay. Since you insisting, that was such an emotional.
got,
feeling there.
We got Sleeping Warrior in the chat. What's going on, Anthony? If you want to join, the link is there. Oh, here it is. I didn't put it in.
Oh yeah, get one of the big guns.
Yeah, I know. We're in the big
Jeremy,
time.
I was listening to Jeremy the other night, and he was talking about the big guns of Flat Earth. I was like, who's the big guns of Flat Earth? I didn't realise there was like a hierarchy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, that mentality kind of thing. You know, that like this, the big guns kind of stuff. You know. Yeah.
All right, so let's get the ball started. If you guys want to just start chatting away, what's going on? Allie, listen, that stream earlier today was just out of this world. It was absolutely fantastic. Did you ever put a link in for that source material that you were looking at?
I'll send you. I've got.
Yeah,
your
send it
email
to me.
address.
I want to look it over again. I don't know if you guys heard. I think it was either Thursday or Friday night on Brandon's show. I was waxing. I have decided to take the next 45 days off of work. And
What were you waxing?
waxing eloquent. Eloquently speaking, you know the sultry sound of my voice, right?
I did. hear the word eloquent. My
Oh, okay.
I thought you said
was
the
guessing and
elephant.
wondering. Yeah, I was just wondering what you were waxing.
I thought he was waxing an elephant, so I never said anything.
Yeah, so I am going to try to construct and create something for publication. Not only with my footage, but also interacting with the data that's out there, the Andrew Thomas Young website information, and work on that. So that's what I decided to do, and we're just going to see how that goes. And so yeah, in case you guys didn't hear that, just another update. That's what I am going to be working on. So what's going on with everybody else?
Well, just while we're I'm just going to quickly say what is going on. I've been looking through old files of mine, and here I stumbled across a cracker. It's from the Department of Defence. It's called electromagnetic wave propagation over a flat Earth.
I think I saw that.
That's great.
I think I've seen that.
And I've got the paper. I've got a paper. This guy done a dissertation for his PhD or his degree or whatever, and I've got a paper on that as well, and it's the same thing. It's actually to solve the problem of why this stuff was going over the horizon, right? They introduced this refraction instead of thinking, all right, that's because they could have solved it and just said, all right, that's obvious because it's flat. No, because they assumed it was a ball, they were confused that it's called over the horizon propagation. I've just started reading the paper again. They've got all the equations and all that, but they had to change. Instead of going, all right, it's a flat plane, we can explain it like that. Because they assumed it was a ball, they had to. You should see the equations they had to make up and to account for the fact that they were picking up that they actually, well, they still do pick up radio waves. It's over the horizon, because it's impossible. Because if the Earth's a ball, there's no way. There must be an explanation. So the only explanation that they can explain how it's going to curve over a ball, or refraction. That's how they came up with refraction. Is how it works. So they had to come up with these equations. It even says it in the paper. Instead of thinking, oh, it's flat. Right, there you go. That's why.
What did you?
1+1.
What did you do to find it?
Oh God, I can't remember. It was ages ago. That was years ago. These are old papers.
Oh, you just came across the paper.
Oh well, yeah. I kind of, if someone mentions like magnetic wave, or mentions a word, if it's out or something, if it's interesting or I don't know about it, I'll go and have a look at it. And that was one of the papers that I discovered in the dissertation as well. It kind of talked. But the interesting thing about the electromagnetic wave propagation, they were actually, it was to zap people with.
Do you know when
it was weaponized? It was a weapon they were talking about. The military was, but the guy that wrote the dissertation, he was just talking about horizontal, the dipole, the electromagnetic dipole of the Earth, and how it's got a plane across. There's a wave that sort of sticks to the so-called ball, like like an atmosphere kind of thing, like an invisible atmosphere. It's like it's like a magnetic field, electromagnetic field. I think it goes up about 5 kilometers or something. We're inside that kind of like ether bandy, if you want to call it. They call it electromagnetic duct, shall we say. We call it the ether band.
No.
So that makes the buffer towers pretty convenient to hide that too, then.
Yeah. But like there was someone having a discussion about that, about about satellites transmitting what do you call it? How, you know, the GPS, right? You know, you need 3 points to triangulate. You need 3 points. So
Yeah.
at some point, that satellite would have to connect with you at some point to say where it was, but you wouldn't know where it was. It would need to broadcast to another place, and then it would have to then broadcast to you. So you would you would all have to have the 3 coordinates, kind of thing. But yeah,
Yes, that's
that
right.
was so. All right. Well, well become, somebody say here, Podansk, as they say in Denmark. Bon appetit in French, I believe it is, but we say well become when you're eating. So you know that. John, whereabouts are you from?
Iceland.
Iceland, right? Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
It's awesome.
But
Want to go there?
jeg taler dansk. Just
Men
nothing
du har
much.
dansk. Men du
Ja,
har dansk. Yeah.
jeg taler dansk.
Yeah, I can hear. I can hear that. I can hear that. But so you're actually Icelandic, but you learn Danish, yeah?
Yeah, we do that in the school, yes. And
Oh, did you learn that? Did you learn Danish in Iceland?
I still do that, but okay. 10 years old, we start learning English and Danish.
Okay, that's interesting.
But I'm also interested into it. But later in the life, I moved to Copenhagen. I was playing music there. I was a bar pianist in jazz house, and yeah, and I was playing with Stan Getz in Tivoli, Denmark.
Oh, Tivoli as well, yeah. Ah,
Uh-huh.
sound. I've heard you play. I've heard you play a few times, John. That's you can fairly tinkle the ivories, man. Very nice, very nice.
I was playing there with Stan Getz. Do you know him? Playing saxophonist.
Who?
Stan Getz.
I'm not. No, no. Is that like is that jazz you sort of played? Yeah.
It's a very big gig. Yes, okay, it doesn't matter.
No,
I
no,
was
that's all right. I was just saying it was jazz. Was it jazz? Spela du jazz? No
yes,
do
yes.
any band eller?
I, I, I can play everything, but jazz is my favorite. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
I only like some of it. That stuff that goes way off. I don't like it. You know, where it doesn't seem as if they're just sort of hammering, playing different notes. I know there's a rhythm and there's
You
this thing,
know,
but it's when it goes off
if,
the wall like that, I lose it. I don't really like it.
if you're playing it by yourself and improv, then you get it, and it's the best way to feel the music for yourself. Playing jazz is the best thing to do. Just playing.
Well, I like all the jazz. Well, I play guitar, so I like guitars like Bert Weedon. Fuck, they're so jeez, man, I've forgotten half of them. But I like that kind of the guitar, because some of the licks, you know, like in the 50s, you know, it's some of the licks that they played were phenomenal. You know, their fingers moved like, and same as the drummers as well, jazz drummers as well. They're fucking awesome, man.
Yeah. It's a real freedom playing jazz, yes. And maybe it's harder to listen to, but jazz is not only jazz. Jazz is, you can play jazz in all music and popular music and
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I like the softer kind of jazz stuff, not that. I can't, what was it?
I got to
jazz
do some stuff, guys, so I'm going to listen from the YouTube page.
Oh, okay.
Have fun.
All right, see you in a bit.
it's like thinking. You understand the Earth. How do you understand the Earth is flat? It's because you can let your think logic, think and creative. It's just like playing the music. You have to understand how it is working together. Everything.
Yeah.
Many things is happening at the same time. Uh, it's helped me to understand what is around me too. And if you think about it, it can't be a ball, spinning ball with all of this water on. It's impossible. And so there's so many things that we can point out. It can't be a ball, a spinning ball.
Yeah, because they just make up the maths. That's the thing, you know. They've got an answer. They've got an answer for everything, but when you know, when you look at it in reality, it's just numbers. And just what I said there about that paper there, you know, they discovered that, you know, these radio waves were going over because they assumed it was a ball. So they just engineered the mathematics to fit it. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like, and that's all they've really done.
but
You
we
know.
have microwaves and everything going in straight lines. All technology we are using is going in straight lines, and we can go 500 miles with radar uh, using microwaves. It can't go 500 miles on a bar. It's impossible. But on a
Yeah,
flat Earth, yes, it can.
yeah.
So that's just one.
And they do. There was one there that the guy. It's so funny how the ballers know this story, but they twist it. I can't remember who it was. It wasn't Marconi. It wasn't Marconi, but he done a test and they fired a radio wave
Yes,
across the Atlantic, right? And
Italy, Italy,
say again?
Italy.
No, no,
Uh,
no. From America to Britain, right?
okay.
Right, which was 3,000 miles, right?
Wow.
They sent it. This was in the 20s or the 30s or something, right? Well,
Mhm.
I've got an interesting story about NASA as well. When they were going on about the military, I've kind of forgotten some of the stuff. But anyway, they sent in this signal 3,000 miles, and they put it down as a phenomenon, right? Or a
Mhm.
phenomenon, yeah, phenomenon, and didn't look into it. Just said, it's just a phenomenon because it's impossible to happen. And they never ever, or they said that was the result of it. They said, but they never followed up on it. And I'm just, you know, I don't know whether they did follow up on it, but that was like the official story
And the
about it.
signal have to go in straight lines. Therefore, every tower is so high to and so on. So on the mountains and so. But this our signals, communication signals, is going in straight lines. Think about it. 1,000 miles straight lines. Okay?
Yeah, light travels in straight lines. I mean, you've got them shown like where that sugared the sugar water and stuff like that. But see what they don't show you. See if you went round the other side of that aquarium on the other side. If you got someone to shine it and then you went round the other side, you'd see the light through that. You'd see the actual light. That's why they never show you the full tank. They never go round the other side of the tank and they look. You would see the laser through that.
Mm-hmm.
Even though, but from the orthographic view, right, you're looking, you say, oh, look, that's bending. But as I say, so if you had the laser at one end of the aquarium, you walk to the side, you say, oh, look, it's bending like fuck there, look at that. And then you continued round to the other side and you look towards the laser, you would see the light.
Yes.
Light travels in straight lines, man. And, well, light's invisible as well, but as I say, that light still goes straight on. The light you're seeing is just a refracted light.
Refracted light, and that is the problem with the laser light. It's going through AEtherband, like Trevor is saying. AEtherband is a mixture of many things together. It's a fog. It's meeting the sky, and its temperature and everything is mixing together and making this AEtherband Trevor is talking about. I'm understanding it right?
Yeah, that's the medium. That's the medium that all this phenomena happens in.
So it's more than one thing. It's all things mixing together.
No, it's not. It's the medium, right? The phenomena is a result of the medium, if you know what I mean. So when you see a refracted light or a mirage or whatever, it's the medium that's causing that. It's the medium that's interacting with the light, if you know what I mean. So it's the ether band's not refraction. It's not mirages or anything like that. It's like the ether. It's a medium.
Okay.
That when it gets subject to changing temperatures and stuff like that, it makes light. It reacts, and any light traveling through that is distorted by the disturbance in the ether or the ether band. That's what I say. It's like the light's still going straight, but it's just been what do you call it, blurred, if you know what I mean.
Blocked, yes. But what is this
In my opinion.
spelled on? But it is spelled on something. What? It's mirroring everything. It's what is the medium?
It's the ether, but well, who knows? But that's the best. They don't know what it is either. They'll call it atmosphere or stuff like that, right?
Then it is a mixture of several things.
Yeah. I would see it's a ethereal substance, if you can say that.
Yes, I understand that also.
It's like it's not. I don't think it's. Well, it could be tangible, but I don't think we'd be able to recognise it if it was.
The AEtherband is totally tangible.
No, the sun's totally tangible.
It's about the temperature also. So.
Yeah, but it's like loads of things, but the actual medium that's causing the light to diffract, the heat or changing temperature will affect this substance. Like water, if you heat water up, it'll start boiling. The molecules will get further apart when you begin to freeze it.
Yeah, like if you look close to the fire, you can see the air is hot and everything is dancing around in the air because of the hot fire is cooking the air. That is also like a AEtherband. It's like a lens also.
Air
is boiling and water and everything. It's freezing and it's boiling, and it's like a lens changing, lens that is changing all the time. So sometimes it's blocking, sometimes it's big, and everything is bigger. Or
magnified.
Magnified, yes.
Yeah.
And sometimes it might be smaller, perhaps.
Yep, it's stretched, compressed, everything. And the thing is, I want to try this myself. I don't think anybody's ever seen a ship go over the horizon before. Right? I honestly believe it disappears out of sight before you ever see it disappear. And it's only because we look through cameras and telescopes and stuff like that we see this. And these cameras, when you zoom in with these cameras, all you're actually doing is magnifying. It's like, you know how if you've got a bowl of petrol, it's open, right? You've got petrol in it. and you put your head down level with the bowl, and you'll see like a vapor. You know, if you look through it, you'll see
Yeah.
this kind of vapory kind of stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what I think. Well, it is. That's basically how I kind of see it as, all that distortion. But the point is, it's something that's there. It's something that's there, and it's getting affected by heat, cold, light,
Yes.
all sorts of stuff.
I
Wind.
think if it's very, very cold, everything be like smaller, I think. And then hotter environment, everything gets bigger.
Get bigger, yeah. Yeah.
Magnifying it.
Yep, that's a possibility, because it certainly happens. It's like Travis has got loads of photographs of taking sort of film or something he's looking at, and he'll go back the next day and this thing's stretched on, the next day he'll go, it's squashed, and it's all these different phenomena he's picking up.
It's because of the temperature is so different temperatures. Just a little bit higher, and the temperature is changing. Therefore, it's squeezing and distorting.
Yep.
Face. Yes.
Here's an interesting thing about NASA. I forgot there was a conversation about NASA. We're going on about how it's not a military thing, which it is a military thing. But I just remembered before it was NASA, it was called NACA, or the NACA, right? And at the Second World War, NACA, NACA. But here's an interesting story, Travis. well, any of the NASA haters out there, or any of these ballers that say it's not military, which it is military, but here's another proof that it is military, because in 1939 or 1940, because they were looking into, they had the big wind tunnel and all this, they were doing aeroplanes and stuff like that. The military actually, they signed into Congress, it got passed into Congress, that now that the military would be taking over that for the duration of the war. Now, I don't know whether they ever handed it back or not, but they actually put it through Congress that the NACA was now part of the military, and that was in 1939 or 40, I think it was. 42. So just an extra wee bit of fluff there.
Well, we had SE join, unless I missed him from before, but SE?
Hey, good.
Evening, SE.
What's up, Ali?
Oh, good, bro. I see they're coming. The passports.
Yeah, did we predict it or what, bro?
You were saying it, SE. They've got them in they're optional in Denmark at the moment. But we knew it, isn't it? Once you know their game, it's like, right, this is coming, that's coming. We should put bets. It's a pity we should go. Do you know what us conspiracy theorists should actually do? We should actually put bets on events, new laws. I wonder if you could actually have a bet on, that eventually vaccines will be mandatory. And make some money make some money out of the desperation, or the desperate state that humanity's in at the moment, But there's hope. Nice video you sent me there, SE.
Thanks, Ali.
Yeah, it's good, man. I told you that one about the shops. It's now 10,000. It was 3,000 there the other day. But I was talking to some friends who was like, no, it's 10,000. They're going right against the government, and as I say, it's really strange for Danish to do that. Literally, it's literally unheard of for them to go against that. But these guys, that shows how desperate it is. All these
That was pretty inspirational, Ali. Did they do it? Are they planning to do it, or
they're doing it? They've done it. They done it. Oh fuck! I need to find out. It was soon. It was at the weekend, I think. Actually,
they did it. Yeah, I think that's what I remember. This weekend, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
the one that just passed.
Yeah, I think so. I'll need to check that out because I never followed up. The reason is because my mate, he's got a little bicycle repair shop which is big in Denmark, and that's like his livelihood. He's self-employed. It's his hobby. He's married, got a couple of kids, nice house and all that. You know, he's settled down. He's about about I don't know, about 40 odds or something, and you know he's worked hard, and he's you know he's got he takes bits off of bikes that he gets, like tires. You know, if he buys a bike, and he'll take the tires, the standard tires off it, and put on decent tires and not charge anybody for it, like, you know what I mean? Like, kind of thing. You know, he's one of these, and he was literally, you know, he was going to lose it all. He was going to have to get a job working for someone else, and that maybe doesn't seem sort of sound much to people, but most people haven't been self-employed, and they don't look at these people. These were the first people I thought of, SE, when they started having lockdowns. I straight away thought of small businesses, only because I understand that they make up like 80% of the economy. They actually the ones that are paying for the roads or the trains or things. They're the majority of people that contribute the most to, and they're the biggest employers as well. Not McDonald's or companies like that. It's actually small businesses. You know what I mean?
That's the
And
problem. The mom and pops.
Yeah, but people weren't
Those are all
related
gonna
together.
go belly up, most of them. Yeah.
Yeah, but people weren't sort of understanding. You know, that because we hate. You know, you should hear the way people talk about companies and stuff like that. But so they see someone with a business. They might only have a little shop, but their attitude is they don't see that bigger picture, where how important that person is, that little shop there actually is, to their freedoms of fucking choice, man. Because if they go, the choice is gone, man. You're going to have to shop at these shops, and you're going to take what's dealt to you. I seen a video there. It came out 15 years ago, specifically aimed at kids. I done a video there the other day about the Agenda 21 thing, right? But I never put that video in it. But it was basically a little cartoon, boy and a girl talking away. There's a wee adult there, and they were saying, "Oh yeah, because of this, you know, because of the global warming, and because of you know, eating meat's unproductive and all this." He said, "Look what's going to happen," and they showed this into the future kind of thing, this cartoon thing, and they took them into a shop, right? And in that shop there was a counter, and above that counter was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, right? And underneath every one of them labels was a choice of 3 meals. And that's what you are going to end up getting, man. That's exactly, because everything else that they've talked about in this book that they wrote back in the 80s has come to fruition. And we all know they're long-termers, man. And they've got you know, this idea of how the world should be, or whatever kind of thing. But they've got this, so they're basically, that's what you'll be doing. You'll in this the universal credit thing. That's it, man. It's over. It's over.
You remember that one?
Yeah.
They buy your debt. Remember I was telling you that one a couple of months ago, bro?
Yep. You clicked your SE.
Oh, sorry about that.
Oh no, that's you.
Yeah, you're back. You're back.
Yeah, they offer to buy all your debt. You owe nothing, but you have to give all your belongings. You have to sign away your house, your car, whatever it is that you're in debt. And and you get a universal income. That's what they want to do. Sheep.
Right, now here's an interesting twist to that one, AC Montreal. That there was what do you call it, a wee big toe in the icy water kind of test. That was to judge the reaction, and if they get a good enough reaction where people are saying, because you know they've got, I've made a video about this, about Facebook, Twitter, all these things. They're just sat there and they are taking data and predicting how we are going to react to certain things, and that's all they have to do. Put out this false meme or false leaked document. Oh, the government's going to do this. That comes out, people will react. Where do they react? They go on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, the whole fucking lot. They can sit back and they can just go, right, what's this group of people saying? Right, okay, they're saying that, they're saying that. Well, there seems to be a lot of people that kind of like the idea. I'll tell you what, to catch some of the ones that are not too happy, we'll lower it down a wee bit and then they'll do a catch-all. What they're going to offer is, Montreal, is they're going to offer to have a Jubilee. Travis will know what a Jubilee is. It's biblical.
Yeah.
Explain it, please.
In the Bible, the idea of debt is offset every 49 years. So you have 7 sets of 7 years, and in the 49th year, 40th 9.
Yeah, 49th year, because you wipe it out when it's 50, you get a 50-year Jubilee.
Right,
yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But basically that's it. So you could, technically I suppose you could use the system and take out a massive loan on the 48th year, and then 2 years later it's
now you're thinking. Now you're thinking.
Now
That's
we're
the kind of thinking I respect, man.
But the
That is
idea,
kind of thinking.
yeah, I mean, if we just, sure, if we just think about the system that we're in right now, I wouldn't have a problem if I wanted to buy a car and I went to some place that had a lot full of cars, and they gave me the car, and then I had to pay them every month. Okay? So if they just gave me the car and we signed a contract, and then I owed them $20,000 and we agreed to $1,000 a month, whatever, okay? I would have no problem with that. But the system that we're in, they don't just give us the car and have us pay it off. They fraudulently make us think that they are loaning us money. The bank is loaning us money to give the dealership, right? So someone is getting paid. Okay, so if Bob's dealership has the car, and I say to Bob, look, I don't have any money, I'm going to go to the bank. I go to the bank, they say, oh yeah, sure, we'll give you $20,000. The credit that they give me is my credit. I create that credit. Just like if I were to, have an open tab on, on a bill or whatever, and they just, my signature is the payment. So the way that it's constructed is that the contract that we sign is a check. That's the check. I've created my own credit, so that when I give that contract then over to the bank that has not signed anything, the banker doesn't sign anything. It's not a two-way contract.
No.
Okay.
He can't.
So the banks can't loan any money. So they don't have a debit. If I were to go back to the bank the next day and say, hey, would you mind just showing me the debit that you have based on the amount of money that you gave me yesterday? They wouldn't have it, because they don't have a liability. So they fraudulently make us think that they are loaning us money, they are giving us credit, so that we then think that we actually have to pay something back. So not only do I create the credit that the auto dealership gets, so the bill is paid, the car's mine, I don't owe anything. Okay, it's done deal. They got their money. The dealership got their money. Well, then who am I paying? I'm paying the bank for something they did not give me. So now the bank is getting their well, it's not really extortion, right? What is it? What would be that phrase for?
Usury fee.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. But yeah. So going. Wait. I remember why I went down this road with the.
Travis, they created the money out of thin air. Bottom line.
Correct. No. I created
or
the
the
money.
idea of the money.
No. I created the money. I created the money. Because Allie, what you were talking about today with the whole system, that is that they create commodity through us.
Yeah.
Okay, so technically, another aspect of this whole Matrix game is that we have unlimited credit.
Well, we create the money, we create the wealth of the country, right? That's it. End of story. That's we are the stakeholders, not the shareholders. We're the stakeholders. We're the ones that are the main men. So we actually, just exactly what you said, and what SE said as well. They create it out of thin air, but it's our money. Like, they put a value on. I wish I could find that, Travis, that paper, man. I'm telling you, it was like it literally gave. It put us into little categories from 0 to 8, 8 to 13, 19, 19 to 25, that kind of thing, and it actually put a monetary value, and you could see it going down as you got older. After about 45, 50, it starts going down. By the time you get to 70 or 80, you're in a minus. You're actually minus. And when I read that, I was like, geez, well, that's amazing. That's amazing.
I guess my point, though, where I got sidetracked was from your question about the year of Jubilee. Again, the idea is not that the Bible does not allow for the it does not allow for interest. Okay, if you loan
usury fee, yeah.
If you loan something to your brother. And again, I'm going to narrow down the meaning of the biblical audience. The biblical audience is limited to the nation of Israel. So all of their laws, whether it's civil, religious, or I'm trying to think, religious, civil, or empirical, I suppose, in that sense. Those laws only apply to if you belong to Israel. Those laws don't apply to Egypt. Egypt can do whatever they want with how they loan money or charge inflation or whatever. But in Israel, you don't do that to your brother. He's your brother. He's your neighbor, right? So that whole idea, it's really interesting, because if the whole Ashkenazi history is what it is, they are constructing a society that is completely against their history.
Didn't they come out of the Caucasus, Travis?
Right.
Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
It's like that, but think right about that Jubilee as well. They have there's a 25-year Jubilee, which I think, what is it? It's something gets returned to you, but at your 50th, or your 49, it happens in the 49th year, and blah blah.
So the whole thing is like, if I needed collateral to do something, and you have 12 tribes, and the tribe of Levi does not have any property in the nation of Israel. Their property is held in the temple services. So you then have 12 tribes. But then you had two of the sons of Jacob, Ephraim and Benjamin, then were incorporated into that, so that you did have 12 tribes. So the tribe of Levi was taken out of the equation, and then Benjamin was brought in. So one brother replaced another. But the whole idea was, like, let's say, for instance, I needed to do a project, and I didn't have the ability to do it, and I could use my land as collateral. Okay? Now, if before the year of Jubilee came along, I paid off my debt, well, then all's fair in love and war. You get, you got paid back, and I get my land back. If at the end of the 49 years I have not paid you back, you cannot hold a lien against my property until I pay you back when the year of Jubilee comes along. The year of Jubilee wipes it away. It's gone. You have to give me my land back.
All properties are returned. Oh, but here's the interesting thing. So when I learned that, Travis, I started thinking about the British royal family and all the jubilees that she had. Like, she had a 25, I remember a 25th jubilee, which is that you get something back at the 25th. There's the 25th and there's the 50, there's a 30 as well, I think. But there's quite a few of them. But I was thinking, because I would like explain that she's in it, so it's like a roundabout kind of thing. So she steals it, she returns it back to the people, but the people don't realise it, and then she'll steal it again, and it'll get returned, but the people don't realise it's getting returned to them.
Yeah.
Because you know what I mean. It's like, oh, it's there. You know, they're like, because that's what it says. You get all property, all land, and all property returned to you.
Right. It's like,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's like cooking the books. You know,
it's
manipulating the system so that you can double dip or triple dip, or whatever it is, and
so they know, they probably live by that law. You know, that a group of elite people that know it, because it's probably quite a helpful kind of thing to have, I'm sure, in some kind of way. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been invented, shall we say? Because you're if like me, I believe that the Bible was written by man. They can say it was inspired by God or whatever, but I believe it was, and it was put together by man, and it was written by man, and these laws were put in there for some reason. You know, they weren't just saying, oh, well, I'll write this down, oh yeah, that's a good idea. Why after 50 years or why after 25 years? They were specifically chosen for a reason why it should be 25 years or why it should be 50 kind of years, and they know that. I believe these people in the know that, and they, whatever they do, man, they whatever they've stole, they do return. And that, I call it like, I believe in karma. You know, I believe there is this mysterious thing that things come back on you, and I think that they know that. So the best, I call them karma dodgers, because I actually believe that's why. It's kind of theory, but I think that's why they tell us what they're doing to us, is because, you know, it's you're telling us, where's the bad karma in that? They're saying, hey, by the way, I'm going to do this to you.
Yeah. Well, but see that again. But again, that is still fraud. I don't see how they get around the responsibility that they. It's almost like being passive aggressive, like being married.
No, but here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. It's not fraud. If you're telling someone, hey, by the way,
okay, hold on, listen, hold on.
But wait a minute. The thing is, why I get the idea. I don't see them doing anything wrong. They're working within the rules of karma, and that's what it is. If you accept
who made those rules, Ali?
Nature.
Okay,
it's
wait.
Mystical, man. Like, karma.
Wait. How? Okay. But how would you be able to demonstrate? Like, say you and I, we met on a train and we're talking about life, and you start telling me about your view of karma. How could you demonstrate empirically? Now you could correlate cause and effect, so to speak. Like, I did this on Monday. I helped an old lady across the street on Monday, and you know what happened on Thursday? Somebody did this for me. How could you prove Monday caused Thursday?
Well, that's a kind of a tough one, because the fact is it's all based on a belief.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
That no, I'm saying, but as I say, I couldn't prove that, because the fact is the other twist to it as well.
It's about feeling.
As I believe it could be like a self-induced, where you subconsciously act in a way that event happens that makes you lucky, that makes you leg mark to it as well.
I
believe that there's a hidden hand. There's a mystical force, whether it be nature or we're doing it ourselves. But I believe there's some kind of mechanism where you pay for your sins, and you get rewarded for your good. But whether it's self-induced, placebo-induced, or that it's convincing yourself, or it's a reality, that's what I'm saying. So I can't say it's true. It's just a belief of mine, but I can see it from the 2 points of view. We could be guiding ourselves subconsciously, our consciousness guides us.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
What I was going to just say real quick was about the disclosure of their intent. If they do it in a hidden fashion, but then say, well, look, we told you this in a backhanded way, right? It's kind of like you didn't read the fine print, okay? If there's fine print, your intent is to deceive, okay? If you do not disclose all of this up front in regular font, right? So what I was going to say was, it seems to me that's like living with a passive-aggressive woman who then gives you the cold shoulder because you didn't read between the lines when she said she wasn't happy. You should have known that I wasn't happy. No, you didn't tell me. She said, well, I haven't been speaking to you for 7 days. Didn't you know? I'm like, I don't play that game. I'm not playing that game. I'm in a world where I say what I say, I mean what I mean. If I'm pissed off at you, I'm going to say, look, we need to deal with this. So again, I understand the whole rhetoric that we talk about the actions of the elite, where they, let's say for instance, I'm held. Okay, one of the other things is ignorance of the law is no excuse, right? Who made that law?
That's right.
Who made?
That's a killer one.
Who made that law?
One. Yeah, officer, I didn't see the sign. There was a tree behind.
No.
Not my problem.
No. I've got a law written in my pocket on this piece of paper that anybody speaking to me must address me as his Aetherbandiness, or you owe me $1,000. That's my law. All right.
Yeah.
So
yours is not binding. You don't have.
No,
firearms.
Yeah. That's not binding.
That's the only problem.
That's called might makes right. But my point is that they make the rules, right? So the way that they get around making an indiscreet law is by saying, you're responsible for reading this entire law book, and if you don't know these laws, that's not our fault. We've put them out there. You're responsible to know them. But again, the question, just like what Ali was doing today, was in a court of law, where's your evidence that law applies to me? The only thing they have to fall back on ultimately is their force of power. That's the only way that they can enforce their principles. But
yep, the boys with the guns. That's what it all comes down to. You can say this, you can say that, you can say birth certificate. Bottom line, if you don't obey, the boys with the guns come and get you.
But I wouldn't use that birth certificate excuse or anything like that. You don't really need to. There's as I say, that video I made, just in case anybody watched it, that video there, I wouldn't even go anywhere near that sovereign citizen stuff or anything like that. It's a minefield. The best.
By the way, Ali, that was good. Your last couple of videos were awesome, bro. The straw man and awesome.
Alright, cheers. Nice one, cheers. But that, as I say about that thing, I wouldn't encourage anybody at all whatsoever to get involved in that sovereign citizen or shouting about a free man until you really do a bit of studying. But I just want to go back to that the karma thing, right? How about this? The best way I can kind of defend it or describe it is, right, is, for example, if someone looks at a red rose, they'll say, wow, look at that beautiful red rose, and they'll smell it and they'll look at it or whatever. But a Buddhist monk will look at that red rose and go, oh, there's a red rose. It's all about, it's a passive, they take
It's
a
subjective.
passive, yeah, I know, but they take a pass. I'm talking about karma takes a passive concern within the human dealings. It's maybe got that one rule, you know, just like what you said. It's as cold as that. It doesn't have emotions or anything like that. All it has is fairness. If you tell someone you're going to get ripped off or whatever, it's not the fault of the person that's telling the person he's going to rip you off. And it doesn't matter how they do about it. It's not my fault you're not smart enough. You're like, I can't feel pity. Karma doesn't feel pity. It doesn't have emotions. As I say, so it's a system that nature abides. But just this is my explanation. This is how I fit it into my belief or correlate it. As I say, it could be nothing. It could be something. But I would see that. I would have to say that karma would be just like, as I say, it would be just a passive audience with a certain set of rules, and that's it. If that guy tells you, I can't feel pity, I can't think, oh, that's unfair or whatever. It's just, you don't tell me you do something wrong with that guy, you pay for it. Tell the guy you do something wrong to him, well, you know, that's up to the guy. You know,
karma is a big thing in Asian philosophy, Ali. Big time.
Yeah. Yep. That's where I kind of got. That's where I kind of got it. And I got but I take as a hard one. I can look at it from the both sides, the left hand side and the right side, the yin of it and the yang of it kind of thing. That's why I can come to conclusion, because in the end up, we've got to understand, we don't really know the truth. All we can ever do is speculate, like what these scientists are doing and all this, right? You know, that's our brain's not equipped to understand this reality. I don't believe it. If these scientists
Absolutely.
if these scientists have spent all these years, 400 or 500 years, trying to work this out, religious people, well, they've kind of got it worked out, but these scientists have had 500 years to try and work out this reality thing, and when you look at it, they ain't got a clue what it is. So that tells me these guys have been trying to find out what it is for 500 years. I haven't even been looking at it. So how the hell could I have a better grip of it than what these people are, and they know nothing? So that tells me, well, if they know nothing and they've been looking into it for 500 years, I'd be a bit of egotistical to think that I had a fucking clue. You know what I mean? All I can do is speculate, but I can assure you it's not what they're telling me. That's a
guaranteed,
fact.
bro. Very humble of
Absolutely.
you. Example, like a computer, right? 32-bit, 64-bit, right? There's a limit. Our brain, we have to be humble. And I can prove it. Our brain cannot process certain things. We cannot find certain things out. For example, what is the last number? Somebody tell me.
Last number of what?
The last
Numbers
number.
aren't real anyway, so why would you have a first or a last one?
Right. Yeah, I mean,
No,
number.
but I'm just saying. Give me the last number. Go. Anybody here?
Well, I'm not falling for your banana in the tailpipe trick. I'm going to say the last number of what? The last number of what, right?
The last
To the
numerical
right or
number,
to
like
the left,
1,
the
2,
decimal.
3. What's the last number? Is it 1,000, a billion, a
Listen.
trillion, a quadrillion?
Numbers.
Is it to the right or
last
the
number?
left of the decimal?
Numbers are conceptual. There's
Right, okay, right. Let's stop you there.
Okay.
You're
Where's the
like
end of space? Where's the end of space?
SE. He just done a baller on you, right?
I know both of them.
How come? Wait a
They're
minute.
nonsense questions.
Right, wait a minute. When SE asked that question, right? My first thought was, well, there is no end number. I didn't say number of what, or that's a stupid thing. Numbers don't exist, right? Why didn't you just fucking
it was
say,
logical.
Why?
Yeah,
exactly. I don't know, because there is no end of a number, because infinity is infinity. You can always go
There's
one
no
less
such
number.
thing as
Everybody knows that.
infinity.
But oh, they couple of fanny pants there want to start the baller. I think you guys should stop hanging about with ballers.
You mean they did a little tap
Listen.
dance there?
Yeah, they
No,
did.
no, no,
Did
no.
you hear it? Did you hear it?
No, no. Listen, there's no such there's no such thing as infinity.
Exactly.
You just said it. You just said it was. You said the word, so therefore it exists. The word exists.
Okay. The concept of infinity, I'm not saying the word, right? Pelican exists as a word, but pelican is also the reference to a particular bird, okay? Infinity is a word, but it has a specific reference to a concept that is not tangible. It's not physical. You cannot manipulate it, measure it, handle it, see it, taste it, smell it, whatever, hear it, right? So it doesn't exist.
Commoditize it.
What?
Can you commoditize it? That's what I want to know. Can you commoditize it?
You can monetize imagination, of course.
I know, yeah, that was a joke.
Yeah, I mean...
Okay, let's go down to more specifics. How about space? Like, what is the end of space? Can you envision
Okay, listen,
that?
again.
Thing, our brains
Okay,
are not capable.
Okay, are you...
You know, like when you ask a robot and it starts smoking up?
No. Okay, listen, are you...
It's a non-answerable question.
No, that's not true. It depends on what you mean by space. Are you talking about the vast infinite, the infinity of the vacuum of space? Is that what you're talking about? Because...
Well, when we look out, right? Yeah, that's another baller question. I know, Ali, go ahead, say it.
All right, look, this seems like...
Listen, why are you guys getting your panties in a wad when I am simply asking... I'm simply...
You're the one that's getting the panties.
I am simply asking you to specify what you are talking about, because I have space all around me in the room that I am in right now, so there is a limit to that space. So
okay, besides the joke, we look out, right? We look out into whatever is out there, right?
Okay.
Where is the end of that, whatever that is? I don't know what it is, but I'm just saying, how can you envision? Can you envision an end to it?
I don't suppose so. I mean, I remember as a child looking up at the sky and being amazed at its vastness, and I just was overwhelmed by how just deep, I guess, just thinking that it was just this place that I could never get to, and that it was just, that it was just so beyond my experience that I was, many times as a child, I was looking up at the sky and just thinking, that's amazing. I mean, but I never had.
Then you gave up, right? Then you gave up, right?
Well,
okay. I've done the same
Hold
thing,
on.
bro.
Yeah, listen.
I've done the same thing.
Yeah. I think I got to the point to your picture of a robot with steam coming out of its sprockets in its gaskets, because it couldn't right? It couldn't compute. It had a breakdown.
Exactly,
it couldn't
brother.
compute.
Exactly.
Yeah, overwhelming. That was a good way.
Yeah,
of
that's a good
describing
one.
it.
Yeah, overwhelming. Yeah.
That is it was because I felt the same as well. I couldn't have picked a better word how I used to feel about that. But think about it. You were only reacting on the belief that was millions of squillions, that all these stars were millions of squillions, and it went on for billions and billions of light years. And all. That's where that emotional feeling came from, just because of the stories that we were told.
Sure. Actually, I'll be more specific.
I think I'm just speaking for myself. By the way, I'm actually talking to myself now. Just
no, you're onto something, Ali. That was before, and even now that I know better, right? Even now, I still wonder.
Yeah,
okay,
me too.
We know it's not that, right? Okay, now what is it?
What the yeah?
What the fuck? Excuse my language. Is it?
Whoa!
I apologize for that.
That's terrible. You never hear me swearing, man. Jeez.
Slap my hand. But
But
for
it's true
real,
enough
what is it?
Yeah, that's that. And actually, just talking about that emotional, that Travis just triggered that word overwhelming, right? And I can, even when I think about it now, I get the same feeling as if I can remember thinking like I don't think I'm not overwhelmed by it. I'm more curious. You know, it's not so scary or so frightening, or I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
feel so
I'm
small.
fascinated myself, Ellie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Whereas a child, I used to be traumatized. Like I'm talking about when I was 5 or 6 year old. I used to be traumatized by the thought, what would happen if I used to think if the world stopped spinning, we would float off.
Yeah, yeah. Like
There
now,
you
look,
go.
we know it ain't a vacuum, right? Now, okay, what
Yeah,
is it?
we know it's not spinning.
Now back to
We know
wonder,
it's not
it's like a
spinning.
wondrous thing, right? That's the way I see it.
And can
Yeah,
you
but
imagine this, right? Can you imagine? Sorry, on you go.
I was just gonna say, it has to, the wonder has to have a limit itself, because we can't get there. So it's always going to be speculation. Um, we can wonder all we want and imagine all that we want, but to come down with something definitive and then control the market on that topic with a consensus of peer review, right? Because
Oof.
that becomes the control mechanism, whether it's medicine, economics, history, education, politics, religion, science. I've said this before. You guys have heard it. I had to answer the questions on my exam in a specific way, otherwise I wouldn't pass. I had
Yeah.
no leniency, and I remember going into my exams and I had a written exam, and then I was examined orally based on my answers, depending on which ones they weren't comfortable with. And I got crucified on one of them because I was arguing from my perspective. I was arguing from empirical evidence in the text, and they were arguing from traditional history in the theology. Okay, that's not our theology. Well, I don't give a shit what your theology is. That's what the text says.
It says it in the book. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right?
People
So,
challenged with their beliefs. It's like they're Travis with scientists. You know, the only people. You know how? Do you notice every single word scientist? Man has been looking and wondering from the beginning of time where we came from, where it all began, and stuff like that. Well, no. I maybe thought of that when I was a child, but when I started working in that was the last thing in my mind. The last thing in my mind. These guys are in shout out SE Montreal, La La Land, man. They're the only ones that are on this biblical or spiritual quest to find out the beginning of where it all began. They're the ones that are bored about it, and we are paying for it. Like, the majority of people don't give two flying. Look, all the Christians, all the Muslims, they've got it sussed out. They know what it is. It seems to be this group of whatever they want. Maybe I don't know what they're looking for or why they're doing this, that are hell bent on finding out and then dragging us along as well when we're just trying to get along with our lives. If they were if their job was so important or whatever, why don't they just have GoFundMes? GoFundMe. Brian Cox has a GoFundMe to whatever experiment on this, instead of taxpayers' money getting taken off us without even being asked and given to these people that just basically they're fanatics, man. They're religious fanatics. Only their religion is scientism. That's a fact. They're the only ones that are bothered about this.
hey, let me jump in.
They're spending trillions. Yeah, go.
Let me jump in just real quick. I just put a link in the YouTube chat for the Flat Earth Festival that's coming up March 27th for the spring equinox in South Carolina, the same location that we were at Flattoberfest. We're having another celebration this year, March 27th. It's a Saturday. Tickets are $77, and yeah, I'm going. Zulu 1 is out there in the chat. Mark, Zulu 1's going. Man versus Matrix is going to be there. Smurfer Girl's going to be there. So if you are able to, yeah, the Solar Return Party. I couldn't remember what it was called, Celebration, but yeah, awesome stuff. Fun times. We are having the most fun, right?
Oh, so you're off to worship the sun. Nice.
Yeah.
All hail Helios.
Yeah. Essie, I'm telling you, I'm sure we're in the wrong server, mate. This is beginning to freak me out. I'm getting nervous. We're getting Helios and all sorts of stuff, man.
I didn't mention Helios.
You mentioned his son.
Yeah, but I didn't mention Helios. You're the one that brought in that whole Jesuit Matrix magic spell language.
Where's this
I
at,
like
Travis?
to play.
Which part? Which part of the States?
The South Carolina. It's in South Carolina.
Nice.
Yep. I don't think they have an itinerary yet in terms of who's going to be speaking. Karen B's the one heading it all up. Let's see. Yeah, it just says email updates available. So. Yep.
That should be cool. That should be cool.
Yeah, it will be. It's always great getting together with people. I mean, if you've met people before, it's great to see them again. And I really enjoy just sidling up to groups of people that are having a conversation already and just listening to the discussions that are out there. So it's always enjoyable to hear people talking, thinking outside the box.
Yeah, about arguing and calling each other stupid. And
no,
stuff.
Yeah, I mean that's one thing.
It's productive, isn't it, Travis? It's productive, actually. Even
oh yeah,
interacting and listening to people. Just talking.
I can't think of hearing an argument in those discussions. Right? It's always just a very excited conversation where people are enthusiastic about the knowledge that they have.
And want to share it.
Yeah, so personally, I've never seen an argument get out of hand, right? Not saying it didn't. I'm just saying I've never seen it. So, yeah. So it's in Greenville, South Carolina. Greenville, South Carolina.
Yeah, we're quite a peaceful bunch, really.
Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is I've been playing on the YouTube stream. You guys haven't been watching, but I know that SE has seen my footage of the incredible display of the AEtherband. And what I want to do right now is, because I've been watching it as it's been going on, and I've had a couple of things come across my mind. I want to show you guys this. It's very difficult to see this in real time because it happens so slow. But I want to have an open discussion on this. Let me try to share my screen. Pick the right one. Okay, so you guys in Discord, can you see my screen right now?
No.
Yep, it just popped up for me.
Okay, so you see
Why
that?
is that?
Small,
I can't
Travis.
Why is it so small? That's what she said.
Yeah, why can't I get it? That's what she said as well.
He said, she said.
Yeah, that's the way it goes.
I don't know. I don't know why the screen is minimized. Do I have to maybe? Let me see. Let me make it full screen for me.
Anyway, I'm going to drop out.
Oh, don't, Ali. You're gonna miss it. You're gonna miss it. Hang on for like 5 minutes, bro. Okay, how about that? Did that make it full screen?
I could see it full screen now. I don't know about everybody else.
Okay. Ali, are you still here? Man, Ali, I see you still here. I can't hear him now. Nope. That stinker, man. He just jumped out of here. Wow, I should have interrupted earlier.
His girlfriend must have just came over.
I should have interrupted him earlier. Okay, well, those of us here in the channel, we can carry this conversation. Okay, so what I want to do is to get us up to this point right here. Let's see if it catches up on Discord. Okay. So let's go. Hold on. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this because every time I mess with the video, it pauses the Discord. Why does it do that? Might not be able to do this. Your stream currently has reduced video or audio quality. This may be due to network conditions. Oh, that's no good. Huh. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it then. Okay. What I want you guys to do is, I think what I'm just going to have to do is just skip ahead a couple. It's not going to be as fluid as I would like, okay? So, you guys see where the oil platform is on the screen?
I'm just getting a blank screen, Travis.
You don't even have a picture now? Alright, hold on. Let me slow the frame rate down. Let's see if I'm going to slow the frame rate down, see if that changes it. Alright, is that back?
Yep, I got it now.
Okay. Alright, so let's see if it... Yeah, it's still... Your stream... Okay, we've just paused this preview to save your resources. Alright, so maybe it's just pausing it there for me and you guys are going to be able to see it. Okay? Alright, can everyone see the oil platform on the screen? John, Bob, Jimbo?
I can see it.
Okay. All right, so this... Okay, well, let's just... I'm going to slide the marker up. Just watch what happens, okay? Can you see that in real time for me right now? Can you see what's happening?
Yep.
All right, so my camera is stationary. This oil platform is 10 miles away and the island behind it is 22 miles away. It's locked up. Wonder if I've got too much opened up. Let me see if I can shut something down. I don't have anything.
You were coming through okay on YouTube.
Yeah, but it's now frozen up on my desktop. I can't slide it up now. It's frozen.
It froze on YouTube too.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna start it over again. All right, we see that again? Oh no, I gotta share it.
It's small again.
I don't know how it does that.
What the heck?
All right, well, maybe that'll still save it, and then we can still accomplish what I want to. Okay, so what I want you to understand is that my camera is stationary. Okay, you see where the oil platform starts out? You see where it's at right now?
Yep. It looked like it went down.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm going to speed up the forward motion. The forward play. Here we go.
What the heck?
You're thinking.
You're telling me
Wow.
that camera's not moving?
It is not moving. Do you know what direction it would have to be moving?
You have to move it up, right?
Up.
It would have to be moving up. That's correct.
What the heck?
Wow, Travis, good one, bro.
Atmospherics. It's all in the water vapor.
So let's go back to that and just go back and forth. All right, here it goes. This is in reverse. That's forward. That's reverse. That's forward.
Just
Boy,
look at the amount
the
of
curve
sky
was
above.
acting really weird that day.
Yeah.
So my question is, I mean, like, how I have not seen any other footage like this. I've never seen anybody produce anything like this. So
Skunk Bay.
okay, I can
You're a liar. You moved your camera.
I can take that. I can take that, Skunk Bay, for sure. Yeah, that's true. But was it as pronounced? I think this is a little bit more pronounced. But what would
No,
be...
and it was over a longer period of time too.
Yeah,
but it wasn't as pronounced.
that's true. But I didn't notice this. There's been a lot of times when I've shot this footage and I've set my camera up, I've locked in the tripod, pressed record, and walked away because it's a 27-minute recording. And then I come back and the image is no longer center screen. And early on, I didn't understand it. I was just like, why? How did that happen? And I just thought it was my mistake or whatever. But I've got numerous images like this where I can show that both up and down. So there are particular images where a baller could say, "Oh, your camera's the tripod wasn't tight enough, and so your."
I was just gonna say that. You sure the wind didn't do it, Travis?
Well, wind typically blows left or right. It doesn't blow up and down. Know what I mean?
Yeah, well, it could have bounced off the mountain and ricocheted off the sand.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. The other thing that I want to point out, I think I saw this around 19 something. Let me see. So if I showed you this image right here and identified this oil platform as platform Gilda, okay, this is platform Gilda in the G cluster on the Channel Islands, and you're looking at the ocean here going into the distance along the x-axis, all the way up x-axis, boom, the water stops, right? How would we understand that that position of the platform to the horizon? Is that platform right on the horizon? You know, according to this image. The other thing that I was going, okay, if I also showed you this and said, look, I'm on the beach in Ventura and I'm taking an image of the Gilda platform, I doubt you would have any problem acknowledging that the entire scene below the sky is the ocean. Anybody have a problem with that? You'd be like, no, there's no way I would think that was the ocean. Right? You've got birds here in the water. All right, so you've got this water here. You've got this aqua band here, this smaller aqua band here, and then you've got another aqua band leading out, and then it gets a little bit more blurry. I don't have a problem saying that that's distortion, sure. But I would say that you would say, yeah, that's the ocean, right? That's the ocean, and that's the horizon, correct? Anybody?
I can agree with that, yeah. Ocean, horizon.
Okay. Now, what I would like everyone to understand is that, can you see my cursor, everybody? Can you see my cursor going across the screen?
See it, Travis.
I don't see a cursor.
But you can see the platform in the water?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what I want you to do is I want you to keep your eye on that horizon, okay? And we're going to go back to the beginning.
You mean the apparent part where the sky meets the ocean?
Yeah. Okay? This is the same platform that we were just looking at. Do you notice anything different?
Nope, it looks exactly the same as previously, so nothing to see here. Move on.
Okay, I'm not going to take that seriously.
Okay, good. Don't.
Okay, let's go back. There
I
it is.
remember this picture.
Okay, there it is.
Wow. Yeah.
There it is. And then at the beginning, there it is. Okay. Now,
I'll make it clear to everybody. Same location, same everything.
yeah,
right?
yeah. I haven't moved my camera. My camera's. This is the same footage. 27 minutes of footage. Okay. Now we have here the apparent meeting of the sky and the water down here at the base of this apparent platform. But then above that sky, we've got this dark blue band of something else.
Wowzy wowzers.
Okay?
What do you make of that?
Now, as we go through this image here, I pan out. Here's a wider field of view. You've got the platform, a dark band of blue underneath that, and then you've got this apparent further structure of the platform, and you've got sky to the left. Look at that sky stretching above that horizon. But then as you get to the left of the image here, you can see a very faint cloud of apparent I don't know. It's like the horizon is reaching up to this other. You see it? I've just pushed play. You see how it's developing there?
On the right-hand side, you're talking about,
on the
right?
left side.
On the left-hand side. Okay.
Okay, on the left,
Like
yeah.
it's growing almost like up to touch the top part or something.
Right there you go. Okay.
Are you talking about the shimmering stuff between the blue band?
Yeah. Okay, that shimmering stuff between the blue band is now disappearing.
Yep. It's getting filled in. Yep.
Oh man. Oh man. Oh man.
Beautiful, Travis. Beautiful. This is
What?
beautiful. Yeah. This is how things disappear from bottom up, ladies and gentlemen, before your eyes.
Okay, now.
How'd you get that water to raise up like that?
All right, now I'm going to stop it. Okay? So, now if I showed you this image here again, you wouldn't have any problem saying that that line at the very top is the apparent horizon again. But that's
Of course,
not.
you would have to say that.
But that's but that's not where the apparent horizon was 3 minutes ago. It was down
Right.
below. Okay?
Right.
Now what I
Beautiful.
what I want you to do, because in 4 seconds, right off center, you're going to see a pelican splash down into the water. Okay, you ready? Just hold your eyes a little bit off center, and I'm going to play it. Here we go. Did you see it?
Yep.
I think I did, like right in the middle of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yep.
play.
A white
Splashes.
blob.
I'm gonna play it again. Here it comes. Here it comes. 3, 2, 1, play. All right.
Yeah.
I paused it right there.
Nice freeze. Nice capture.
Okay, I
Yeah,
paused it
white
right there.
blob.
Now, that is where the sky was 3 minutes ago.
And you can see it to the right. Look to the right.
And
You'll see a
yeah,
little band there.
okay,
a
you
little
can see
shimmer.
that. That's right. Okay, that is the mirage that is disappearing. So, what was obstructing the water that you couldn't see? It was the apparent sky right there.
Awesome. Awesome. This is an awesome video, bro. One of your best so far.
All right, so what I'm going to do, though, is go up to minute 19 because I'm going to try to establish the reason why, besides the fact that I know that it's a pelican splashdown because I've seen him do it. Here at this scene, you can see in this same area here where the oil platform was exaggerated down, so it looked like it had really long stilts that it was on. You can see seabirds coming in and out, flapping there. There's a seagull right there. There's a seagull right there. Just took off from there's another one taken off in the middle. That's where the sky was, 19 minutes ago. And I think somewhere around here, there it was. Okay, I'm going to back up 10 seconds at 1940. Okay, so this is 1930. I want you to look to the very left. When the boat starts to come across the field of view, look to the left of the image and you'll see another pelican splash down. And 5, 4. See it? I paused it right there.
Yep. All the way to the left. Yep.
Right? And then it's gone.
Yeah, all that is AEtherband, fuzz, heat haze, call it whatever you want. It ain't real.
Well, I
There
mean,
ain't water there.
no. Hold on. This is water. That we're not looking at the mirage now. This is the actual ocean that we're looking at. When we saw
Not where the bird splashed, we couldn't see the bird.
Whoa, because to the far right, you have some mountain range there.
yeah, that's the
not
island.
cloud.
That's the island. That's
How far off is that?
22 miles.
Yes, and how high are those mountains? Less than 1,000 feet, I'm guessing.
Here, yeah, I'll show you. Okay, here's the beginning of the clip. This is the beginning of the video. Okay, so what we're looking at right now is Santa Cruz Island. Okay, at the very top of the frame is the physical island. If you look just to the middle of the frame, you'll see a black line starting to go across. You see that?
Yep.
Okay? That is the actual horizon. That's where the physical water actually is. Okay? So if you go to the very right, I'm sorry that you can't see my cursor, but I'm to the very middle of the screen, to the very right. Above
The
that
black line.
above that black line is like a tan colored topographical layout, right? You see that?
Mic check. What's going on, everyone?
Hey Matrix, what's going on, man?
All
Okay,
good, brother.
can you guys see that tan strip of topography above the black line?
Yep.
Okay.
Above it is a blue line, right? Above it is blue,
Up
right?
above the tan part?
Yeah.
Yeah, above the tan part, I'll just say is a darker topographical layout. Okay.
Okay, we're tracking.
Okay. Now, if you look above that black line at the tan colored land to the left, you'll see this almost a greater than sign. Okay. You see that? You see that greater than sign come into the tan and then go back out?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
If you
That's where it starts, right?
that's
The
the
separation.
yeah, that's the physical land right there. Now, if you drop down below the black line, you'll see this exaggerated tan strip until it gets to the water. You see that?
Yep.
Okay? That is the mirage of the island above.
Ah, I get it.
Okay?
Okay, yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So, if we were standing on the beach with our naked eye, we would think that we were looking at the entire physical island. We're not. There is that smaller part at the bottom that is complete mirage. It's not physical island. Okay, so now here comes the play. I'm pushing play. Here comes more of the... I'm going to go back. Okay, right there again. Okay, right there. That's the physical island above. And then right where that black line is, that is where the band starts. And that is then mirage that is creating the apparent horizon below. That's not Earth curve. That's a mirage. And the limit of the mirage creates the limit of the distance of the water that we can see. So now, when we get to the oil platform... Okay, so Jimbo, going back to you, Jimbo, you still there?
Did you say Bob Dole?
No, I said Jimbo.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, so now going back to your pointing out that that wasn't a cloud on the horizon, but it is the island. We're going to follow this island at the top as it makes its way down. Okay, everything right there at the very tip top. Okay, that's physical island. Boom. Okay, now we've got the oil platform. This is platform Gilda. She is not this tall, ladies and gentlemen. She's not this tall. Now, Andrew Thomas Young is going to tell you that this is towering. It's towering. That is, the physical platform is actually down at the horizon. But the refractive distortion, or the refractive phenomenon that we're looking at, towering, stretches it up away from its physical location, so that you're looking at a mirage at the very top of the image, because that's not its physical location. Now,
Yeah, but this is messed up now. This is like a mirage stretched.
I know.
This is messed up stuff here.
Yes, welcome to the AEtherband. Yes, I know. Okay, now what? Okay, so now keep your mind there.
Travis, before you go on, where would you say the bottom of the oil rig is here?
I'm going to show you at minute 19. Okay? This is compression. The entire oil platform is in front of your eyes. Everything. It's not behind the curve, because I can show you later on, even right there. Okay, now you see how now that whole platform has now grown. It's no longer as compressed. You can see the sky. Look at the middle of the platform at the horizon. You can see the sky through the legs. You see that?
Yeah. You can see a little band there, yeah.
Okay.
Now you're saying that's a reflection, or we're seeing through the band? What are you saying on that?
Okay, I'm going to try to say it as clear as I can. If you go to the top of the rigging of the cranes, right? Okay, that is the physical oil platform. And then you go down, you follow the cranes down to the body, right? To the main body. That's physical. And then if you follow that down to the water, that is where the water actually is. So this entire image that we're looking at is in the AEtherband. If you look at these cranes, look at that one crane. It's totally wonky. Okay? That is due to refraction. So the entire field of view that we're looking at is affected by the conditions of the medium. These birds here in the proximate distance aren't clear images. They're distorted because of the waviness, the dynamic activity of the air, right? So the entire oil platform is right there in front of our eyes. Everything below that oil platform is water. When you see that strip in the water that looks like it's the oil platform, that is a mirage. Okay? So, I'm going to go back to the beginning. See if it gets caught up. All right? Everything that is in that strip between the blue. So you have sky to the left, and then you have the darker island to the right. The body of that apparent oil platform, that is an inferior mirage. There it is, less developed. Okay, so this is not towering, because towering puts the platform down at the lower portion of the horizon. But this is not towering. That image is an inferior mirage. So if we were at the correct angle, we would actually be able to see the top of the platform mirrored below. But the angle that we're at is limiting our ability to see a full inferior mirage. That makes sense? Yes, no, maybe so.
Yeah. Makes sense. I got it now, Travis. Yep.
Okay. So what happens right now, I'm going to back up right here. Okay? Everybody, you can see that that strip of mirage that is below the platform, right? If you go to the very right of the platform at the horizon at the top, if you keep your eye right there, I'm going to push play. You can see this white dancing on that surface a little bit, like this white thing coming in and out. You see it right there? I paused it right there. If you go to the very right part of the oil platform, right above the horizon, there are these like two little white dots, okay? Remember what I said about the oil platform at the very horizon. That thing is compressed to all shinola. Okay, so if you go to the very right of that horizon at the oil platform base, there is a boat right there compressed to all shinola. Now, you see those two dots, Bob? You said yes? You see those two dots?
I didn't see dots. I just see a white thing spread out on the right side.
Okay. Can you see it coming in? You see it shimmer in and out like this white? And try to stop it at a good spot.
Are you talking about, is it actually on the platform or right below it?
It's I wish that I could show. Let me see if I can do this. You guys can't see this when I mess with Streamlabs. You can't even see it anyway. Okay. I want you guys to go to YouTube right now, okay? I'm going to do this over at YouTube.
I'm on my iPad right now, so that would involve...
Well, just put yourself on mute on Discord and go to the YouTube.
All right, okay.
Okay. So I'm going to get my pointer here. Okay, so here we are at the oil platform. Bob, let me know when you are at...
Which YouTube are you on? Are you on Brandon's?
No, my channel. Oh, you don't have my channel?
Which one is yours?
The Plain Truth.
I'm not sure if I have it or not, but I should be
Okay,
able to
let
find
me
it if I don't.
go to my channel real quick. Shoot. If anybody has a faster way of getting my channel in the chat, just do it real quick, please. All right, chat, just do. Here it comes. And
Okay, I found it.
okay, right when I got to putting it in. I'm gonna just put it in the chat anyway. Whatever. I don't care. Okay. All right. So you can see my pointer finger there now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see it there.
All right. So
Goofy looking hand drawn hand thing.
Yeah. So right here, where my finger is pointing as best I can at the horizon, right there. Okay, keep your eye right there, but also, Bob and everyone else, I'm dropping the hand down now. Right here, you are going to see a development of that ship in a mirage. So it's compressed to the point of being indistinguishable here at the horizon. I wish that this finger would cooperate. Okay, right here, right there, that's where the physical ship is. Okay, I'm going to back off a little bit. I'm going to push play. Just watch right there. You'll see shimmers of white develop. And then below it, you see that development below that now? Right here? That's the hull of the ship.
But it's not, it doesn't seem to be playing on YouTube anymore. It's just sitting there frozen.
Really? Do it real quick, please.
Oh, wait. Oh, never mind. My video.
Okay.
Okay, my video went off of live or something.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So now can you see my pointer finger moving back and forth again? Bob? Can you see the pointer finger moving back and forth again?
Yeah, I can see it in the YouTube.
Okay.
Bob, you might have to refresh. Just refresh the page.
Yeah, maybe close the window and open it back up, Bob. Okay, so now I'm going to push play. Okay, so remember, you're keeping your eye in two different places. Right up here is where the physical boat is. Right there. The physical boat is right here at the horizon. The apparent boat is down here, and that's the hull. Okay? So just keep your eyes there as I push play. You can even see it right there. Right there. Okay? When you watch back over this, you can see the top of the boat get revealed by the band with the activity that's happening right at the horizon. But I've seen this over and over and over again, so I'm a little bit more used to watching for it. Okay? Now, what's going to be interesting is when this boat starts to move behind the oil platform. Okay? So everything right here is an apparent presentation in the medium. This is not the physical oil platform here. That is not the physical boat hull. Those are mirages. Just like if you were at that particular angle on the road and you saw the mirage and then you moved your position and it was gone, that would happen here as well. Okay, so the boat's still hanging out. It's going to start, I can't remember what minute it was when it starts moving. Right there you can see the darkness on the surface of the water right there where the boat is. Right at the horizon. You can totally see it. You guys see it developing there?
Okay, so I think I saw it that time.
Yeah. It's very, like I said,
Like
the whole,
top of the boat or something.
yeah, well, the entire boat is there. It's just compression to extremity. I'm going to zip forward a little bit. Okay, there it goes. Okay, here it goes. It's going to start moving right here. Okay? It's starting to move. It's now passing behind the platform. So now that red hull down here is disappearing behind the platform. It's disappearing. It's moving this way. That ship is now behind the oil platform, and it's going to come out right here and down here in just a moment. It's crazy. Here it comes. You see it?
Ah, pretty sure I saw that. Yes, moving over to the left there. Oh my God, yes. What?
We got us a phantom boat, ladies and gentlemen.
Now I'm going to go back, and I want you now, don't look at the reflection. Look at the top of the horizon. Okay, watch the boat. Watch the boat at the horizon. Here it comes. Right now, right now. You see that white part moving across. That's the entire ship at the horizon, right there at the top. It's all dark. It's all dark and crazy wavy.
Wait, are you saying that the whole boat, bottom to top, is all right there?
Yes.
So compressed?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
That sounds
Okay.
like craziness.
I know, but look at the what now? Okay, now stop watching the boat. Now go to the oil platform and look at the base and the horizon. Okay? Look at the base and the horizon. You can see, look at how much more space now is there. You see all that space that's there now? Right here, where the pointer finger is, that space just opened up. Okay, 10 seconds ago it was compressed to all Shinola. I'm going to back up. Okay, right there. Right there, it's tight. Look how tight that compression is. Okay, now I'm going to go forward. Look at the compression open up. Now you can see the sky through it. So yeah, that's what I'm saying, Bob. The entire ship is right there. Compressed like crazy.
Why wouldn't it?
Look at this. Look, wait. Look.
Platform too.
Look at this. Look at this whole thing shift down and up. Look at this.
Yeah.
What was your question?
Why wouldn't it compress the whole oil rig down to that tiny tube?
Because that's the angle. That's like asking how come you can see the top of the building but you can't see the bottom, right? It's a higher angle of view.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I mean, you can see that whole thing open up. Look how tight that. Look how tight the body. Look how tight right there. Look how tight the body of that platform is. You see how tight it is right there? Now watch. I'm gonna just go for it. Now it opens up. It totally develops. Look at that. Boom.
Yeah.
So look how compressed and tight it is right here. You know, and then it opens up. Look at that. And then you can completely see the sky through the legs right there on that one.
It's a Decepticon.
All right, so let's go to part 2. This is the next video right after that one ended because it was only 27 minutes and... Okay, oops, stop. Okay, so now we're to the left of the original platform. This is platform Gale. And she is in front of the north part of Anacapa.
The stream on Discord ended, it looks like.
Okay, hold on. Oh, that's because I changed my window. Thanks for telling me.
Yep.
Let me get back. Okay. All right, so here again, we see the mass ocean below, the apparent horizon, and then you see these wisps above, and you can see and then you can see a very, very faint. Let me get this other window open. Okay, right there at the top is a very, very faint, thin whisper of the actual horizon. Okay, so that is going to be, that entire area right there is the band that is creating the mirage. What is the mirage in this area? The mirage is the sky. The mirage is not the dark band that's stretching across the horizon. That is the water peeking through the mirage.
Oh.
Okay?
You're saying that the lighter part is the mirage, the darker part is actual water.
That's correct.
Poking through it.
That's correct. See now here, look.
Oh.
See now, you have the sky to the left. That's not the mirage. The mirage, as you move across from left to right, the mirage disappears and reveals what is actually there physically, which is water. So the horizon that we have here is the actual location of the horizon, whereas before, if we move back a few seconds and find a spot. Okay, let me do this again. So this platform that's right here, okay, this platform right here is in an inferior mirage. Because if you take the line where the dark part to the right is, that is the actual water line. If you just follow that across, all the way across, that takes you straight to the base of the oil platform. That's the actual height of the, or the distance of and location. So what are we seeing right here? What are we seeing in this area below the platform, above the horizon? What are we seeing? That's a mirage. Okay. So now as we move to the right, as I pan to the right, what happens in the world of this discussion is when you do not have this black line right here, the conditions are not they are not the right conditions to pull back the curtain, as it were. So let's imagine that this were perfectly sky, so that we're standing on the beach, we're looking out, we see the horizon, and we see the sky, and we see the water. Okay?
Right.
What we need to understand right now, ladies and gentlemen, is that if you take a measurement of the lower apparent horizon, you're going to be wrong. That's not where it is. It's always above.
You're saying if you don't see the mirage, that's actually the wrong conditions because you're not seeing the trick.
Correct. And you're going to have the incorrect calculations. You're going to calculate for an apparent position of the horizon when that's not the physical limit of the water. Because if the mirage were removed, your water line would be up by a few degrees.
Somebody better go have a conversation with Al-Baruni then.
Correct. Absolutely. Absolutely. I've been saying this for over a year.
You know what that part looks like a little bit? Like the one where you had your pointer at? You see like when the sun is hitting the pavement and then you look down on it and it kind of looks like water?
Yeah. Yeah.
That kind of looks a little bit like that.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
But that's a tricky thing because in the pavement there's no water. So
right.
How do you know when you get in that exact effect in the pavement and in water? How do you distinguish?
Okay, so if I'm hearing your question, when you're looking across pavement or the desert, it's the moisture in the air that's creating the surface that reflects the image. Okay, So when you have a lake that is pristine and placid, you're going to get a pretty clear reflection of trees and mountains and houses and whatever, right? But that's a reflection on the surface of the water. A mirage is not a reflection.
A mirage is more like a projection, right? Like
Okay.
It's projecting an image from somewhere.
Yeah.
And it's reflecting off
It's
maybe
well,
the particles in the
okay.
air.
So I mean, I don't. I'm gonna get nailed on this one. So whatever. It is a reflection, but it's not the same as on the surface of the water because it's not happening on the water. It's happening in the air. It's happening in the medium. So it's not an appropriate reflection because you're going to have crazy distortion. Crazy distortion.
But remember, Travis, technically everything is happening in the medium and not in the water.
Yeah.
It's actually like a hologram, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, it's like a
More than
hologram.
a reflection.
That's
It's more
literally
like
what
a
I told
hologram.
the Rumpus when he tried to say that all of those things is refraction. I literally told them that what you're describing like a hologram system.
Yeah.
I told him that.
Yeah.
I told him that a year ago.
Okay, now listen real quick. So this boat right here, okay? This boat right here is closer to us than the distant horizon above it. Does that make sense? If you can, look at the YouTube channel, okay? This boat is in the band, okay? If this were completely sky above it, if this were 100% sky above it, we would simply see in our field of view in front of us water, 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 and then a boat on the water. No big deal. But what we are looking at right now to the left and above the boat is farther distance of water behind the boat. Okay? Everybody good with that?
So far, so good.
Okay.
So Travis, you're telling me that dark line before the you're telling me that should be the actual horizon and everything else is just effects?
Okay. So, are you looking at the YouTube channel, Matrix?
Yeah, I'm looking.
Okay, so you see my finger pointing at the very top horizon, correct?
At the sky, yeah.
Okay. That is where the physical water actually is. What you have right here, where you think you're looking at sky, right there, that is a mirage. There should be water there. We should see water just like this. We should see water just like this. There's water right here, but it is behind this mirage. And the reason why this boat gets all wonky right there, that's because that's where the medium is getting all wonky. It's in the sweet spot.
I can tell by the silence that
Okay,
they're
now,
having confusion with it.
okay, now I've stopped it. And if I were to
Is
just...
that happy medium? Sorry, Travis, go.
No, go ahead, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, is that happy medium that you've just called, is that the spot where the water vapor is kind of thickest as it's evaporating?
that is the $64 million question, Bandsaw. That is, in my opinion, that is what no one has the ability to dissect. And listen, I've looked through Andrew Thomas Young's footage, or I'm sorry, his articles and whatnot. No one describes what we're looking at right now. No one has seen this. I'm the only one that's produced these images that I have seen. If they exist, no one on this channel, no one on Brandon's, no one on Ranty has ever, brought this out and talked about it.
My confusion is where every time you bring these photos and we try to interpret them, I realize that it is damn near impossible to make any kind of determination on what the shape of the Earth is based on water. I mean, it's impossible. There's too many things going on.
Yeah, you're right.
That we don't simply understand.
Yep. And I would be fine with that as long as the science would say we have no clue, but we're trying our best to describe it, and here's the math that we think works, blah blah blah. But they don't do that. They come down hard and fast and say this is that. And I'm saying
it's reality, and they put science on top of it, and you better freaking believe it.
Yep. Okay, so now, again, if I were just to show you this image, as much as you would say, that's not the greatest image, Travis, it looks a little bit blurry, I'd be like, yeah, okay, I can go with that. But what do you think you're looking at right here? You would have no problem saying, oh, that's the ocean, and there's the horizon, right? But that whole space right here where my pointer is circulating in used to be sky. It used to be sky, and the horizon was down here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my finger right there. I'm going to go back to the video, and I'm going to back up. Oh. That's what happens when it's all tricky like that, because my camera's moving. Okay, but going back up right here, there's the sky. Okay, so the sky that we're looking at right here is the mirage of the sky up here. This is sky. Yup, that's sky. There's the water. And then what is this? What's going on right here in the middle? And then it's kind of like blending in and disappearing. That's the mirage disappearing and showing you what's under her skirts. All right, so let's get back to moving across back to the other oil platform. Now, gentlemen, do you see anything that should blow your mind right now? I'm going to pull up another window. Hold on. Keep this in your mind. I got to go over here. This just occurred to me. Let's go over here. Pull this up. I'm going to cue this up over here. Okay, I'm going to leave. Oh, I'm going to leave that there. For those of you who have been watching this entire time, look at the body of that oil platform and see if you notice anything different.
Well, there's like a part between the mirage that you could see the legs of the platform, and also you could still see land all the way in the back on top of all those effects.
Okay, so the land is...
The land that you can see over here on the right side, I think.
Yeah, to the right. Correct. To the right. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the previous footage. I've freeze-framed it. Okay? Let's see if I can make this comparable to the size.
How long do you estimate that distance to be? Approximately.
Well, I don't really have to because this is platform Gilda and she is 10 miles away from shore, and then the land behind her is another 12 miles farther. Okay.
So that platform is 10 miles away from where you are.
10 and 12 or 10 and 2?
Let me clarify for the distances.
Yeah, because that would be 22 miles.
Okay, hold on. The oil platform is 10 miles away from shore. The island is 22 miles away from shore. Okay?
Are you at your standard 6 foot high?
This is 2019. I can't remember if I was 15 feet or down on the beach. I can't remember. I can't remember.
Because you can also see the horizon there. If you look at the water, and then you can see the horizon is higher than the actual legs itself.
Okay, check it. Okay, yeah. Listen, this image to the left is immediately following the image to the right. The image to the right, you
Are you on YouTube, Travis? Because it's not on Discord. Sorry.
That's because I am. Yeah, I'm on YouTube. When I switch back between my windows, I'm sorry, I forget that does that. Hold on.
No, you're right. You're right.
Let me see if I just share my screen. I'm just going to share my screen. I think that's going to solve the problem. I didn't do that before. Okay, so I'm going to get to right here. About right here, okay? So if we look at this if we look at this image of the oil platform,
yep.
we don't have a horizon beyond the platform.
No.
But here we do.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I was looking at. That right there. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Travis, a thought came to me. Question.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Was it just about getting hot? Was it at the beginning of the day?
No, this was. Let me go to my file right here. I'll tell you. This is 10 o'clock in the morning.
And just another quick one, Travis. Those to the right, that landmass. How far away is that landmass from that rig? So that rig's 10 miles away. How far is that landmass to the right?
22 miles from him and 12 miles from the left.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Travis, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
You've taken a lot of these pictures. What is your theory on why things disappear bottom up?
I do not believe that things do disappear bottom up. I have, if you want to, Matrix, I'll link you a video that I made where I go through my argument that things do not disappear from the bottom up. It's a little bit more complicated for me to do right now. It's easier.
Would you?
Go ahead.
Would you say, Travis, then that things you can't resolve things bottom up first? Then would that be a more accurate way of saying things? Of disappearing. You can't resolve.
Okay, so
things bottom up.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I do, and I think it's a bit abstract to have the discussion. I'm trying to think of what I could show you.
Because if that the ether band or the water vapor or whatever is thicker near the actual the surface of the water itself, it would make sense that as stuff is in that area that you wouldn't be able to resolve it.
Yeah. Huh.
Well, I have a theory. I have a theory on why things disappear from the bottom up. This is just a theory. Of course, I don't have any numbers and no way of proving it. Just do. Right? I think things disappear from the bottom up always, regardless of the shape of the earth, because the ground is always going to be closer to the sky. And thinking about how compression works, how your eye tries to compress, and I think it's always going to compress from the bottom part first because it's going to register first as the sky. You know, the eyes register the sky as infinite. It doesn't have a limit, so it's not going to compress it evenly because it doesn't know where to take the sky and start compressing. Okay. It's always going to pick the bottom side first.
Okay. Can you see my screen? I would prefer if you're looking on YouTube because I have a pointer that I can use. So if you are on, if you're going to just be looking on Discord, then you just have to think through the image that you have in front of you. And on YouTube, there's a pointer that's going to be an added graphic. Okay. Does everybody have the image in front of them that has the two antenna and that image above the horizon? Do you guys see that?
Yep, with the vector sign, the greater than sign.
Good.
Yep.
Okay, good. Everybody there? Matrix, you're there? Can you see that? Bandsaw, can you see that?
Yes, I can. Yep,
okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to bring down... are you looking on YouTube, Bandsaw?
I'm looking on YouTube, mate. Yeah.
I cannot grab a hold of... Hold on. I've got to get a... I can't, for some reason, get a hold of my other graphic. Give me a second, please. Okay, why can't I get a hold of Gina? Hold on. Why is she not showing up? Okay, there it is, Gina. Okay, there it is. Okay. Crack. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to choose the one with Gina reversed. Give me a second. I apologize. Okay, there's that. Man, oh man, it does not want me to grab that one. Okay, I can't. I'm gonna have to let it go. And I tried it again. Hold on, I'm almost there. Nearly there.
Almost there. Almost.
Okay. All right. I apologize. I cannot get the actual orientation of this oil platform. Okay. So this image is reversed, but this is platform Gina. Okay. Now if I scale these upper riggings right about there, so that one, you can see how it's almost a flipped image horizontally. You see that? It's like I flipped it horizontally, right?
Yep.
Okay. So what that's showing you is that entire platform should be visible right here to scale, because the upper rigging is relatively the same size. So we should be seeing the entire oil platform right there on the horizon. Okay?
Where the vector is, you're saying, where the V sign there is, right? That's where the horizon is, you're saying?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's... Right. I wish I could get this stupid one over here that's... I think I'm just going to try it. Give me a... It's not going to do it. All right. All right. Going back up. Okay. So, going back to answer Matrix's question. Matrix, the entire oil platform is right here in front of your eyes. Everything. Everything is here. Here is where we would say it's disappearing from the bottom up. But it's not. The bottom is right there. It's in the mirage. So here's the bottom down here. This is the bottom. But that's not the bottom of the physical platform. The physical platform is up here. So in this image, it has not disappeared from the bottom up. If this were a boat, the boat would be up here, and then the water would be right here, and then below that would be its inferior mirage. But the boat did not disappear from the bottom up, because if you could wipe away the mirage, the boat would be right there and you'd see the bottom. So it didn't disappear from the bottom up. It just goes into the distance and loses resolution with your with the limit of your eye. Does that make sense? So this is why I say that the horizon every single time is created by the mirage. Okay, so right here is the sky. Sky, 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 sky. Mirage, that is not the sky. That is not the sky. That is a mirage image of the sky, and that is where the mirage stops, and that's where you can start to see the water. This boat is beyond this location, and it is in the band. That's why it is indistinguishable for you. It is closer than Gina, smaller than Gina, and it is inverted on itself. It is not disappeared from the bottom up, because the bottom is right there where my finger is pointing. Right there. You can actually see the entire, well, except for the antenna, except for the rigging. You see the sky that's right there above the horizon? So here's the top of Gina's butt. There is the inverted image and the sky beneath it. That sky right there is just as much mirage as the portion of Gina there. There is the top of Gina there. As Essie pointed out, you have this greater than sign. That's the physical methane burner going in and then coming back out. You have almost a perfect inferior mirage where you can see the top and the full image underneath it. And
Travis?
Then, yep.
I posted a video. Now, I don't want to cause trouble now, but I could have bottom first disappearance on that video, bro.
Okay. So it's in what? Where is it at?
On your Discord.
General.
Okay.
Yeah, general. Just quickly, Travis.
Yeah.
Can you put your pointer back on that image where the actual part of the platform starts? So what is real and what is an illusion?
This one right here?
So, yeah. So are you saying like only half of that platform is actually the real platform, and like the bottom half of it is just all mirage, are you?
I feel like I could show that to you better if I could get this freaking you know what, can I do that?
You know what I'm saying?
I do, but I think I would be able to. Oh, it's locked. That's why. Got it. I got it. I got it.
That's exactly what he's saying.
Okay, here we go. I had it locked by accident, so I couldn't grab the image. Okay, so here we go. So here is the Gina platform to scale. Okay, so I'm going to try to scale her upper rigging as best I can. Right about there. I would say right about there. Okay, so technically, the top rigging is now lined up perfectly with itself. So you can clearly see that this entire platform should be visible to us. Because it's to scale. I've scaled those two parts together. There is the proboscis or the methane burner right there. But even there, look, it's not even to scale, because if I match the proboscis, then the top's messed up. And if I match the top, so this is why I say you can't blink test this shit. You can't give me a carbon copy of, oh, look, here's this, and I just blink test, and it matches perfectly. No, it doesn't. Sorry, it doesn't. But anyway, going back to what you're, I think, trying to... Okay, ask me your question again, Bandsaw.
I was just asking, like in the actual image, what part of the actual image that we're looking at is Gina itself? So it looks like it's about maybe 4/5 of it or whatever. So it's just hovering just above the water.
Well, okay, but here's my suggestion. The entire platform is right there in front of you. Everything you need to see is right there in front of you. Now, what I'm going to suggest, is that not only do you have an inferior mirage, but you also have a magnification of the platform, so that those two effects combined together swallows up the base. Oops.
So all the effects actually make the actual platform look larger than what it is.
Yeah, there
Doesn't
are.
it? Really?
Yeah, there are numerous effects happening at once. You cannot isolate one from the other. It's just impossible, in my opinion.
It's an all-you-can-eat buffet of everything.
All right, so I'm
And
gonna.
there's a lot of
Pretty much,
compression. There's a lot of compression, especially because it's in the middle. It's near the middle focal point.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of compression, even compression going on. I think anything that's near the center focal point, I don't know how you call it, is gonna compression evenly. Is when you start getting into the corners and your peripherals.
Okay.
That's when things get weird.
SE. Okay, so you're putting out the link that you want me to open up is your 4 Mile Bridge.
Yeah, please. I've been asking for. I've been wanting a long time to ask you, and I always forget.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do it.
I want your opinion, especially your opinion.
Okay.
And everybody else's, of course.
Okay.
Montreal.
But he's the AEtherband boy.
Okay, so
100% Montreal. Exactly.
let me start right now and say that the conditions that you're looking at, SE, are the conditions for looming. And by looming, I mean that we are seeing farther into the distance than in other conditions. Okay, because the way that this image is dancing, the activity on the water and these people is absolutely active and dynamic. Okay, those are the conditions for what we are told is looming. But all looming is seeing farther into the distance than other conditions allow for. Like, say, for instance, an inferior mirage or proximate looming, which is typically classified as sinking. Okay, so let me make this bigger. Do you have a boat in here, SE? Is there a boat in here?
No, there's no boat. I just zoom out and just watch the paddlers.
Oh, okay. But you said that you thought that it showed disappearing from the bottom up. Right?
Yeah. Are you? Yeah, I can see it going. Yeah. Well, if you zoom out, well, it's gonna do it on its own. Oh.
Hold on. I'm trying to change the resolution to see if that helps it a little bit. Okay.
Now I'm gonna zoom back in. Tell me you don't see the bottom, the top first, then the.
Oh, you're talking about the like the
heads of
the paddle boards.
Yeah, the heads of the surf.
Talking about the paddle boards. Okay, I'm gonna look.
Yeah. The paddle boarders. Sorry.
Well, the issue with that is that it's prior to the horizon, right? So it's not beyond the horizon. So
No, it's not about the horizon. It's about how things appear.
Okay.
Smaller
Okay.
at a distance.
Yeah. Okay. So I agree that we have to understand that objects decrease in size, apparently, and our eye's ability to resolve the image at an acute angle. It's, again, though, I guess I'm going to give with one hand and take with the other. It does disappear, but it's not it's still there, right? It's still there. But your eye can't take in the information.
Yeah, agreed. It's still there.
Yeah.
But it appears because of the water is lower to your eye, I would imagine, right? It just appears that way, that's all.
It appears the water is lower to your eye. Okay, so I paused it right here, and we can see this little white... I gotta get over here. Grab my
If
point.
you go a bit back, you won't see that white.
Yeah, I know it.
You'll just see the heads.
It's tough to. Yeah, I mean, I have images like this as well, but let me go. I'm trying to get it.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tricky.
I wonder if I play it at a slower rate. Oops. Settings, playback speed. Let's
Like
go.
there, you don't see the paddle, right? You just see.
Well, okay,
dots,
right, but the quality of the image is also a part of the distortion, because we have the kite surfer over to the right, but he's blurry. You know what I mean? So I mean, even though he's higher than his board, he himself is blurry and distorted as well. Okay, but hold on. So from this point, I can see a little bit of a white line. And this is taking forever to catch up. I slowed it down to quarter speed. I think I'm gonna have to refresh it. It would be interesting to see a boat, because the boat is going to be larger and have the hull is going to be larger, because you're looking at a very thin.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That paddleboard. The other thing about this paddleboard is that it's compressed and stretched as well. So if you look at the middle paddleboard, the one on the left is a little bit thicker. I guess it depends on the wave too. That could be a wave that's obstructing that, but yeah, because that thing's waving all over the place. Yeah, you know, these conditions, SE, I think the compression is also a factor, because compression is limiting the amount of information that's coming at your eye. Like, okay, so let's see, when you back out, okay. We can still see the boards. So right there, we can just barely see, right? We can just barely see that little thin...
Like a dot, yeah, like he's standing on a dot.
Right, but if we go from, we have 4 images. We have 1, 2, 3 people on boards, and we can just see the.
Look at the paddle boat; it's disappeared in the front. All you see is just the red.
The 2 people.
The canoe, I mean. Sorry, is it a canoe or whatever?
Yeah. Because if you think about it, let's do this as a contrast. Let's look back at the base of this bridge, right? So we can see this bridge here. That bridge is farther away, but it's not disappearing from the bottom up. So that, again, this has to do with the size of these objects and the angle that you're looking at them.
Yeah, it's purely visual effect, 100%.
But it's not going to be the same. A baller would say, this is not what we're talking about, because these people obviously aren't on the horizon, right? So this isn't going to be like, we want to see something out here in the distance here. The problem with that, in these conditions, it would be so compressed you wouldn't know what the hell you were looking at.
Yeah, I'm not referring it to as disappearing because of the horizon. Just
Okay.
the visual aspect of it.
Yeah. I think I understand what you're saying.
Like, you know, as they say, look, stuff gets smaller as they get further away, right?
Right.
Well, here it is.
Yeah. I was trying to... I forgot I was looking for a spot to stop it so we could see it develop. And I just got distracted. That guy's on a hydrofoil kite surfer. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I got another video of these two guys that you should see them go.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose, you know, I would have to say I don't know that I've ever caught something myself with this kind of demonstration that you have. You know what I mean?
I'm sure, Travis, you do and you haven't realized. I'm sure.
Yeah, you know what? It's probably in something that I haven't seen yet, but yeah.
I guarantee it.
Right. Yeah. So I think if I'm gonna correct myself, that if my statement that things don't disappear from the bottom up is directed at a baller, talking about boats disappearing over the curve from the bottom up. Because you're right, you know, like even right here, we can't even see the guy on the right. There's something wonky in that.
It's like his leg, the paddle boat is gone almost.
Yeah. Yeah. Like right there. The first guy we can't see it. The second guy, it's like this really weird band that's right there. That's interesting. Like that, those two dark lines. You see those two dark lines that are going across the screen?
Yeah.
I wonder if those are waves from a boat or something.
They look like the wake of a boat. Huh?
Yeah.
Or it could be just two waves
I don't
parallel.
know. This is good stuff, man. Yeah, look how dynamic that water is above the... I mean, even the bridge itself, that thing is dancing like crazy. That's amazing.
That's where I got my term heat haze.
Yeah.
Because up here in Canada, there's a big difference between the hot and the cold.
Well, what's interesting, though, is that I've got those same kind of visual effects in cold temperature. So it's almost like
with the sun, though, right? With the sun.
I think in various conditions. I can think of one in particular where it was actually overcast. There were clouds. So to me, that's not the result of heat. It's probably the result of air pressure, in my opinion.
Okay. To me, it looks like heat haze. You know,
no,
like
I don't disagree with you. I think that it does look like that. It does look like that. But because I've had these similar images in overcast conditions at 50 degrees, I don't call that heat. You know what I mean? Heat's like 95.
Maybe I should rephrase that because it was a spring day. The contrast between hot and cold. You know, like pebbles in the pond when you open the door.
Right. Yeah.
That kind of a thing.
Yeah. And I don't think that that's an easy variable to manipulate and control. You know, you can't freeze frame what pebbles in the pond does physically, right? You can only freeze frame it in the video and then close the door, wait for it to settle, open the door, wait for it to get active. We get somebody else joining the panel? I think I heard somebody come in. No? Okay.
You see the shimmering, how the bridge is like shimmering?
Oh yeah. It's fantastic. Yeah. I love it.
I apologize for the shakiness. It's when I first got my camera and I had that not a good tripod.
Yeah, no worries. No worries. I'm going to be the last guy to criticize that.
So that bridge is 4 miles away.
Yeah.
You can see the cars clearly shimmering away.
Yeah. What I would suggest, SE, is this a place that you can get to often?
Yeah.
Yeah. So find some particularly easy shots to frame every single time. You can like frame them, and take that shot at the same focal length. Go back, set up, same thing, take a shot, and just see how, even though you're set up in the same spot, the image has changed because of the conditions of the medium.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, this is like embarrassing. This shot, like I'm all over the place, and but now I've gotten much better. I have a better tripod, so yeah, I'm gonna do exactly what you said. I have a nice spot picked out.
Was that a fairly still day, Montreal? That day you took the photo, the video?
It was a little bit windy. It was like a little bit cold. It was jacket weather, but not freezing. It was
Right.
probably around, I would guess, around 18, something like that.
Yeah.
Celsius.
Yes. Yeah. Naturally, real measurements, Montreal, real measurements.
Yeah, we finally flipped over about 15 years ago. Yeah.
Oh, is that all? Is that all? Okay.
Maybe longer, because yeah, I'm kind of used to the Celsius now. I can't believe it. But I still use pounds. I won't give up pounds. Forget it.
All right. Yeah. I still use feet and inches, actually, Montreal, rather
Yeah,
than
so do I. Yeah.
centimeters and stuff. Yeah.
So wait a minute. Is this... This looks like the same shot before, but now that's even developed. Looks like... Okay, so look. Unless that's a different... Look at how... No. Okay, so here's the overpass. And if we look at the okay, so there's a car right there, right?
Yeah.
And there's a car right there. Now, I think the sun comes out. All right, here's the overpass. Unless that's a different overpass. I don't think it is, though.
No, it's the same one.
Okay, but yeah, but now look at, now you can see a red car. So the sun has come out, and now, like if we could do a screenshot of this, click right there, and then there it is, right there.
Oh, you're saying we can see more top view? Yeah, you're right. You're right. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Go through this and find those same images in the frame at different parts of the video, and you're gonna see more of the top of that bridge.
That's why I wanted you to see this. I knew you'd spot stuff out that I never have seen.
I mean, you can
So
see.
looking at that image, sorry.
I'm just going to say you could basically you could see all the way to the other side of the lane, whereas earlier before you right here there's compression. That's crazy. Go ahead, Bandsaw.
Yeah, I was just talking about the temperature. If you would ask me what the temperature was that day, Montreal, without even by just looking at the image, I would have said it was a rather warm day, a high 20s, 30s type of thing, that shimmering type of effect that you see on a warm day. But it was actually quite a cool day that you took that.
Well, you were close. I said around 18. So if you look at the it's not green, it's still spring. You see the bushes there? They're brown.
Yeah.
So it's not full summer.
I got a tidbit of cursor guidance from Alex. I think it's Alexander. He said a comma and a period help to do frame by frame. Okay, so the period is forward and the comma is backwards. Okay. All right. There you go. It's a little bit slower
Oh,
than.
boom.
Yeah. So on YouTube, going increments is the period is forward and the comma is backward. SE for future reference.
Thanks for the tip.
Yeah,
That's a good tip, man.
it is.
Yeah. All right, well, anything else come to mind for anybody? Thanks, SE. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah,
Oh,
nice,
my pleasure.
SE.
Thanks for the feedback, guys.
Just to reiterate and let everybody know, I'm going to be working the next month and a half exclusively on writing up something for publication. So if anybody wants to participate or make suggestions for me, please. The email is in the description. It is info@theetherband.com. So I just restarted that website, theetherband.com, and I'm pretty much going to be presenting it without any flat Earth discussion. I'm just going to try to be addressing the phenomena as honestly as I can without trying to pollute the discussion. I don't want to scare anybody away. If somebody figures it out, that's fine. But anyway, so I will put the website again in the YouTube chat there, and then my email is in the description. So please make comments, suggestions, and I'm going to try to take everybody's input as honestly as I can. And if you want to participate, let me know. Let me know if we can work together and maybe collaborate on something. All right, what time is it? It is 8 o'clock, just in time. Just in time. So I think we're going to wrap it up. My voice is starting to get a little bit dry. So why don't we start with our final thoughts? Bandsaw Bandit.
Well, I'm here at the beach enjoying a magnificent day of about 28 degrees Celsius. About to go for a little splash. So, yeah, enjoy the rest of your day, evening, guys. And thanks for the invite, Travis. Cheers, man.
Good to have you. John Bernard. Johnny boy, are you there? 3, 2. Matrix Media.
Good show, man. Thank you for having me.
Oh, man. Thanks so much for showing up. SE.
Yeah. Hey, Matrix. So, you had to rub it in, eh, Bandsaw? You're going to the beach, huh? 28, huh? Well, let me tell you, it's snowing over here and it's minus 15.
Yeah, that was a low blow, guy. That was a low blow.
There you go.
Good on you, bro. Enjoy yourself.
Thank you,
Nice show,
man.
Travis.
Thank you. Thank you. Real Bob Dole. 3, 2, 1. All right, guys. Thanks so much for being a part of the panel tonight. I was actually thinking about doing something before Brandon's show during my next 45 days. So I'm gonna try to fit something in the 4 o'clock hour before he goes live, so that there's something before the show. Maybe it'll be footage or a live show. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But jumping out there in the chat, Alexander, Sasha, thanks so much for that keyboard advice. I will try to remember that. Smurfer Girl, whatevs. Thanks for being here. Haley, good to see you. E. Greens is out there. Flat Fact. And going on up, Taking Back Eden, if you're still here. Good to see you. I know that Mind of God was here as well. Undine Rising. And Candle Vandal. Don't know that I've seen your name and you don't have a wrench, so we'll... boats do go over the curve of the horizon. Huh. Interesting. And Addie was out there. Good to see you, Addie, if you're still here. All right, everybody. Thank you so much again for being a part of this exciting adventure called The Plain Truth. I have been your host, Travis Vinley. Until next time.